Hi.
Okay, there.
How are ya?
Good. How are you?
Good. Your hair looks phenomenal.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
even wash it today.
Oh,
Thanks.
it looks good and yeah, flowy.
Slowly.
This lighting is really bad.
But I like your wall.
Nice color, hey?
Yeah. I'm grabbing Walker. Walker's laughing at you.
Aw. Hi, Betty. Hi. Hi, Walker. Hi, Betty.
Good. Good, yes.
Hi. Hi. I want to like touch him on the screen. I'm like, oh.
Are you confused?
Hi, Betty. You too. You look very confused. He's like, who is this lady in this face in mine? He's just not sure. Hilarious. I might swap. I'm just going to do some maneuvering here. So, like, if you can see, I'll scan you around.
Yeah. All your shit.
Boxes.
You're just in a little corner. Is that a takeout container right beside you?
No. Where?
Yeah,
Which one?
Circle. Oh my god, I went to try and like move my screen. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. There.
Oh, that. Oh no, that's the. That's what he said. That I love it. It's our draw, like the people's name.
Oh.
It's one of those like
Oh.
things. Funny you say that though, because now we're getting the Chinese tonight.
Yeah. Are you?
Let me see if I can do this. Okay, that might be a little bit better.
I should turn on.
Hey, Deb.
Hey.
How are ya?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. I was just saying to Kayleigh, showing her my pile of boxes and stuff in my office I have not been able to unpack yet. That's on the agenda.
That.
What's that?
Good luck with that.
Thank you. That's on the agenda for tomorrow, actually. I love your tree with the lights in the back.
Oh, thank you.
I love it. Where did you get that from?
Believe it or not, giant tiger.
Sweet.
Christmas time.
That's awesome. I had this thing, and I was saying actually for my office, I wouldn't mind doing something with little lights.
Yeah.
I remember like growing up in Thamesford, our house, we had like fake trees, and my parents put like, there was at least 2 spots I know in the house that had the little white lights, and I love them. So yeah, that would be perfect. Oh, that's cool. Super, super cool.
Alrighty.
So hopefully internet and all that's okay. We just we got it hooked up just this afternoon. The guy left at like 4 or something like that. So hopefully it's all good. And Kayleigh, hopefully yours is unlike last week with Kristen's.
Oh, you hear Jess?
Hi, Walker. He's so cute. So how has the promo been going for you guys? Is it sparking a little bit more interest in people in that?
Yeah.
Like with the 50 free points in that?
Yeah. So the girl that I was supposed to sign up last Tuesday.
Yep.
Yeah, she messaged me on Thursday morning. No. Friday morning. Hold off until the end of the month.
Oh, okay. Okay,
well,
at least, yep.
It's still in April, just to make sure it's like still in April. And then there's this one family that I had got cedarwood for because their son has ADHD.
Yeah.
He wants to enroll, so I'm supposed to go there next week.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Super cool. He's so cute. Hi, Walker. It's funny, like, him and Blaine look alike, but at the same time, they don't.
I know.
Yeah. Like, the odd time there's something with a face, and you're like, oh, yeah, totally, they do. And then all of a sudden, it's like, nope, 100% different.
Well, he's really intrigued because he's been holding his head up the whole time by himself right now.
No way.
So.
Unbelievable. Hi, Betty. It's like, who is making all those noises? Hilarious. So cute. He's just like, not quite sure. So funny. And I see Deb Dicker's on. Deb, oh, okay. She's messaging here. You had me worried there when you said I was late.
Me? I know. Well, you said sign on a few minutes, and I'm like, there's no way I'm the first one here.
I did say that. You were 100% truthful. Oops.
My mom just ran to Canadian Tire, so Walker just might be a co-host for me.
Oh, perfect. Well, I'll gab for a little bit anyway, so that might give her some time. Yeah. And then by the time she gets back and stuff, we'll give it a couple minutes here. And I know Kristen will be on, and Megan, potentially if she's in Wi-Fi or not, Megan Martin, because they're still traveling around everywhere. Let's see here. Oops. I wonder why. Deb's message, I could see it like it came up on my screen, but it didn't come up on my phone here.
Oh, are you talking now? Oh, bless you.
I'm going to. Sorry, guys. I'm just helping Deb here.
Hi, Kristen.
Hello.
Hey, babies.
Am I on mute? Can you hear me?
Yep, you can hear you.
Oh, yay!
Yay!
Already recording, Jess.
Oh yeah, I think it does as soon as I link on.
Oh, okay.
So I will try, actually, I don't know if I can change that or not. I did it so it went automatically because so many times, like, we forget to push record. So that was the only thing why I was just like, well, it's random stuff now, but I'll let people know for the first 10 minutes, just like fast forward or whatnot. Otherwise, they're going to hear us just rambling here. I'm not sure how to do this.
I'm just going to.
Hi, Deb.
Hey, Kristen.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for being on.
Hey, I can do it now on Tuesdays.
Okay, back to mute.
Hey, Kate.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
You look so like you were all fitnessy. Were you just doing something?
I was. Yep.
I love it. It makes me so jealous.
Yeah, I had to squish it in. Gym, eat, and I'm here.
That's perfect. What's the whole Jersey Shore thing?
Oh, gym and laundry?
Yeah. That just made me think of that. Alrighty, guys. So Deb Dicker, I know is, or Deb Clark, sorry guys. She'll be on shortly here. Hey, Meg.
Hey.
How are ya?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good. So hopefully she'll pop on. We'll get started again. I totally want to honor your guys' time in that too. Sorry, here. I'm on a little stool. Okay, so we're going to do the draw. It's not going to take long because if you guys can see, there's only 3 names. People did their homework. So props to you guys that did. So we're going to draw tonight for a 50 ml bottle of tangerine. And pretend it's here. It's in a box, one of these boxes behind me right now. So it's here, okay? So, dum dum.
You want a drum roll?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm not good
I
at
can't
it.
do the tongue thing, so. Love it. Alrighty. So Lauren McPhee, who is just hopped on, I just saw that. Awesome. Lauren, show your face. Would you come on? Really, if you don't want to, don't worry. But just know, okay, there you go. So congrats there, hon. We'll get that to you. So yeah, I hope, nobody posted with any questions or anything from last week, but did anybody have any questions after Kristen posted her video and you were able to watch that? Was there anything that came up? Pretty good? Oh, okay, perfect. Oh, that's right. She did tell me she was doing that too. Okay, then that is awesome. I thought a little quick recap there if people, just with what Kristen went over with the back office stuff, which was awesome. Most of us who are on now have been doing this for a bit, that we're all kind of familiar, but just, again, if people ask, basically LRP for us as builders, minimum of the 100 PV a month, and 125 to get the free product of the month. But, oh, sorry. She'll figure it out. Sorry, just Deb again. And so 125 to get the free product, but for us as builders, just the 100 is what's necessary. So if any new builders are questioning that, pretty much it's just 2 criteria that's needed, and that's giving the SIN number and as well as the 100 PV, basically, which is pretty decent and pretty cheap for running your own business. And a lot of people have actually asked me in the past if that increases. Obviously it doesn't. We pay that. Ange Peters pays that once a month, the same amount with her order. And again, when we're ordering lots of stuff that we use and love and for samples and sharing, that makes it pretty darn easy. So goal setting, again, Kristen set out some really good things for us there, just to kind of focus on. If it makes it easy for people, pick whether you do a 30-day, 60-day, 90-day goal setting, whatever is in your comfort zone that way. Some people really like to act fast with it, and 30 days, they kind of work in month increments. Otherwise, if it's a 90-day, then by all means, we get some good calls set up with our mentors and get things really figured out and work backwards from that goal. I will post afterwards just some links to some of the planners, the ranking up sheets, because those are really good to have for ourselves, obviously, as well as just to know what they're all about, to be able to give our builders as well. And they just break it down, really basic math. And just kind of, work backwards from, again, those goals that we want. And yeah, again, with the personal development, which is huge. And all of us, I'm sure at this point, can say, we're not the same person as we were when we first started. So, that can happen in different ways. It can be health. It can be business knowledge. It can be, perfect example. When it comes to public speaking, I still get nervous about all this, but that is a huge thing for me, tech wise, and Zoom calls and all of that, that's all personal development. But just, taking a few minutes, like Kristen said, like 15 minutes a day to read a book, listen to a podcast, take a nice bath, just chill out, meditate, do some yoga. But all those things, as much as on a daily basis, 15 minutes doesn't seem like a lot. When you look back in a span of even a month, that's huge. There's some big changes that happen. So I think, again, we always have to, treat ourselves best, and then we can be able to support and help others to their best ability too. So make sure you guys are always thinking of yourselves and taking care of yourselves. Biggest thing, again, too, being a product of the product, huge. Makes us be able to share and build easier once we know what we're talking about, once we know different uses, etc. So always, venture out to some new oils. You can always find a ton of things to be able to use those for. And, but yeah, get adventurous. We get stuck sometimes in our favorites, but, venture out, try some new things, and then learn, the top kind of uses for that to be able to share it too. So yeah, and just, a big thing, I think, looking outside the box, again, with that goal setting as well, look outside the box. We will only grow as far as we kind of allow ourselves. If we put up that wall, our comfort zone wall, we will never be to that certain goal, that we would like to. If you're super comfy with where you are, then that is awesome. But if you do want to progress with things, definitely just look outside, push yourself, what's the worst that's going to happen? I constantly say that to myself now. What is the worst? I'm going to ask somebody to a class. They're going to say no. I'm going to trip on a stair, before I go and talk to a group of people. I'm going to stumble my words. I'm going to do whatever with you guys. What is the worst that's going to happen? We're all here. We're all human. We've, all the higher level leaders have all done it before us. So you know what, let's just kind of go with it, push ourselves, and just be the best that we can with it. So without taking any more time, I'm going to turn it over to Kayleigh. And Kayleigh is going to, best smile, is going to be talking about inviting. And so inviting, we all know, such a crucial part to our business. This will always continue. These are the basics. They don't change whether you're a director, an elite, a presidential diamond. It's constantly inviting. It's inviting to try samples, to a class, to a one-on-one, to learn about the business. It's just a constant process. And again, in time, just gets easier and easier. You really will realize that you're doing it before, or you won't even realize you're doing it as you're doing it. So yeah, we'll turn that over to Kayleigh. Let's see everybody, I'll just mute Deb here in case there's any noise there. And so Kayleigh, it is all yours. Just so you guys know too, I like just doing a little intro. Kayleigh was actually, we had met through her being a client of mine, 3 years ago, I think we said, or almost 3. Yeah. With Blaine turning 3 there. And she was one right off the hop that I was like, yep, star beside somebody, not only that I knew with a new baby was going to love the oils, but that I knew with her personality, she would be a rock star with this, and that her and I would work well together. We just, we jive well. We're very similar. And, it's those people that, like Kristen was saying, you put that green dot beside you, those types of things, or keep in the back of your head. But perfect example right there. After about 2 years, she did host one of my first classes, I will say, which was awesome. Used the oils for a long time. And it was probably 2 years into me doing the business that she was ready to learn more. So it's planting those seeds. It happens. It really does happen. So it's looking at the bigger picture with it. And Kayleigh is a perfect example of that. So super honored that she is one of my frontline girls and here tonight, and just going to dive right in. So go ahead, girl. The floor is yours.
Okay. Hi. I don't really need much of an intro because Jess gave it. Okay, so I am going to just try and do this whole share screen thing, and you let me know if it works. Jess.
Yep, will do.
Okay.
You got it. It's
working. So much better than mine.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. All right.
Yours was perfect. Don't be silly.
Yours was great. I'll let you guys know that I had a little bit of a meltdown making a slideshow for you because I just like to talk. So if I get off topic here and kind of off the slide, I'm sorry. I'll try and stay focused on what I'm supposed to be doing and not veering off into a totally different thing, or we'll be here for hours. All right, invite. So first and foremost, the only bad invite you'll ever do is the one you don't do. So like Jess says, you can't be scared to go out there and just ask someone if they've ever heard of the oils or if they want to know more about the oils. It's like she said, planting a seed. Someone might not be very interested at first, but they might be interested 5 months down the road, 5 years down the road. You just never know. So always invite. Step out of that comfort zone. So you start with creating your list of your top 100. Franks, friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids, parents, and social media. You will pretty much cover almost anyone that you know with that system, whether it is your doctor or your chiropractor, your massage therapist like Jess, or my neighbors. I know have started to use the oils because I introduced them. My friends have started to use the oils because of it. Kids' parents, lots of kids' parents I know. I've introduced them to the oils. Social media obviously is a huge one. You post and you post and you post and people watch what you're saying and what you're going to be doing. So after you've created that top 100, form is someone, if you want to look him up, his name is Danny Johnson. He talks about getting to know people's personalities, how to approach a person basically in a topic. So you start with F, family. So you see if they're married, if they have kids, where they live, who everyone is in their life basically. You're just getting to know the person before you jump down their throat and say, doTERRA, doTERRA, doTERRA. Like, you have to kind of ease a lot of people in. Essential oils, as much as it is huge in the world right now, it's also not so huge to a lot of people. A lot of people don't like new things, especially the older crowd or the people that have kids. A lot of them stray away, or pets, or whatever it is. You just are trying to get to know someone before you just invite them. So the next one is occupation. Where do they work? Do they sit at a desk all day? I'll try and keep my arms down here. Do they sit at a desk all day? Are they on their feet? I know that I build cars for a living. I work at GM and it sucks. But I'm going to have different issues with my body that hurt compared to someone who's sitting at a desk all day. Whereas my knees will bother me, or my feet, whereas someone who's sitting at a desk, it's their back or their head because they have head tension or whatever it may be. Again, you're still just kind of getting to know the person, what they do in their life. Yeah. Next is recreation. What do they do for fun? Do they like to travel? Do they go with their kids and go camping, or do they go with their spouse and go around the world, and whatever that may be? Again, you're just getting to know them. And finally, M for message. This is where you kind of throw the doTERRA in. So you've got to know them. You've got to see what their life is like, what they may need or want. And now you say, well, would you like to give a different approach to whatever you may be doing? That everyday Advil at 2 p.m. because your head is pounding from looking at a computer screen, or whatever that may be. Okay. The 3 easy peasy questions are you open to natural options? Do you know about essential oils? And finally, I'm having a class. Would you like to come and learn more? It's that simple, guys. It's honestly, it's not complicated. The only complicated thing is actually putting yourself out there and feeling uncomfortable about it. Jess and I just went to this Rockies thing, or we had a little booth and we talked to so many strangers. And I will say that the first couple, I was like, oh, my tummy was in butterflies, and it was just a little nerve-wracking. But the more you do it, the easier it is. The more that you learn your oils, the more passionate you are about it, the more you want to tell people about it, the more you want to invite those people to your classes or to other people's classes, whatever the gist may be. So the do's and don'ts of inviting. Do not have that hunter mentality. You'll just scare people away. And like I said, completely new to some people. So that's why you do the form. You get to know about their family, where they work, their life, everything, before you just say, hey, you, stranger, do you want to learn about essential oils and buy them right now? Like, no, nobody wants to buy your shit or stuff. Sorry. If that is how
it works.
If that is how you approach something, like, their guard will be right up and they won't want to even learn or hear anything about your awesome health lifestyle. So you do want to share your essential oils journey, story, whatever that may be. So I am, like Jess said, I am kind of on the mom crowd. I talk to a lot of people that have kids. A lot of people that have kids come to me and ask about oils, whether that be for their small child or whatever. It just depends on.
Time to recharge.
Wait, where's Jess?
All right, we're good.
I was like, I think he was dying. It says 73%.
Okay. It was Carly that just hopped on. She was still unmuted. So yeah.
Anyway,
it's all good, Carly. Hi.
Hi. Okay. You want to get to know the person, find out the reason why they're interested, like I said, with their kids or their family or their job or They come home and feel really crappy every day and they want to boost up their emotions or something. Be patient with that person. They're not, again, it's not like you're their doctor. There's no confidentiality thing, like by law. Like, they're going to open to you when they feel comfortable. So if you start opening up about why you started your journey, then they're going to want to start opening up about why they want to start their journey, or ish. So you can guide them in the right direction. And always have a class that in the future that you can invite them to. Be whether you have 1, 2, whatever, you always want to have something in the books, because how do you invite someone to something if there's nothing to invite them to, basically? So, free samples. Always want to try and sample a person before they come to a class. And once you've chatted with them, figure out what they want to improve, sample them. Don't overload them with samples. Don't give them half of your bottles. That's ridiculous. I just bought these little things. I don't know if you guys can see them. So they're 1 milliliter roller bottles. They're amazing. This one doesn't have a roller on it, but a roller bottle goes on top of it. I forgot to put it on. So some people just like to get the little drums of them where you can drop a drop in them. But what if they don't have a diffuser? What if they don't have a carrier oil, or they don't want to use a olive oil where pretty much everyone has olive oil? So I saw these little guys, and now they can just take them, roll them on, whether that be down their spine or down their kid's spine or whatever. I feel like maybe with those roller bottles, they have a better chance of sampling the product because it's already ready to use. So you want to try and sample them with high impact oils so they actually see and feel the difference, whether that's Zengest for the indigestion, or the peppermint for someone who sits at the computer and just puts it on the back of their neck, or whatever that may be, the wild orange, on guard, lavender. All those are very high impact oils. They're going to feel a difference. They're going to notice a difference right away. So that will intrigue them to want to learn more. So when you sample someone, write it down. There's a few people that I had talked to at this thing that Justin and I did last week. For example, a blonde runner. She had trouble breathing, so I suggested Easy Air. You're not going to remember everyone that you talk to. Whether you could just talk to someone in the grocery store in line. I did that the other day. I have no idea what their name is, but in my phone, it's redhead buying oranges. I'm going to remember who that is because it's so random. Just always write down so that when someone may text you because you've given them your phone number, they'll be like, well, who is this crazy person? I don't remember giving them Easy Air, or whatever you may have given them. So when someone has a positive experience with an oil, they are far more intrigued to purchase an oil at a class you invite them to. I actually said that already. So moving on. Success is in the follow-up. Giving a sample to someone and not following up is rude. They expect you to talk to them. They want you to talk to them. They want to know more about what you've given them. They want to learn more. If someone was to give me peppermint and I inhaled that, I would feel great and I would want to talk to someone about it instead of going online and trying to find out more information myself. If someone does that, you may lose out on that person. They could go and talk to someone else who has a essential oils page, and you've potentially lost a great builder. You never know. So always follow up with a text within 1 to 4 days of sampling them. Friend them on Facebook, Instagram, whatever you want to do. You will succeed. Oh, I already have that one. But you will succeed more if you have a future class to invite them to. Like I said, always follow up with them. It's the most important thing to do. Oh, sorry, guys. Just going to go down here. Okay, questions to ask once you sample someone. What did you like most about that oil? How did that oil help you? Oh, that oil didn't help? Here are a few more that are known to help with that problem. So say you gave someone lavender. My son, one of them, cannot have lavender on his body. He will jump up and down and go in circles, and it is not calming for him. Whereas my new baby, I give him a lavender rub down every night after his bath, and he is out for like 10 hours. Like it all depends on the person, their chemical makeup, everything. So like I said, there's not just one oil per ailment. Like Serenity, cedarwood, all of those are for sleeping and other issues that you want to solve. Yeah. And again, it is rude to not follow up with someone that you sampled. You should always follow up with them. They want you to. So how do you talk to those people? I'm just flying by this. Am I talking super fast for everybody? No? Okay. Hopefully I'm not, because I can feel myself talking fast. Okay. So start with, hey, I am super excited to share essential oils with you. I'm having some classes coming up and would love for you to come. What are your top 3 health interests or concerns? And I'll give you some samples so we can chat about them at class. Bring a friend. It'll be so much fun. So that is for the stranger or the random person that you just decided. Sorry, you guys hear that train? Another one will be coming very soon. That is for the person that you meet in the grocery store or someone that has never really been into essential oils at all, that you're just starting to show them the whole world of the beautiful essential oils. Or friends and family who have enrolled. That should say have enrolled. Sorry guys, let me just change that. All right.
No, I think you're right there, Kayleigh, with the have not.
Oh yeah, because the next one is have
not. Yeah.
Sorry guys. All right, friends and family who have not enrolled. Hey, would you be interested in hosting an oils class for me? I would love to share everything I know. No, I think it's backwards. I think it is backwards. No, you have enrolled. Sorry. All right, no, it's correct. I would love to share everything I know with you and your friends. So my aunt, my mom had a party for me, and my aunt enrolled, and her sister came, but she didn't enroll. But that sister now has contacted me, and she wants me to host a party for her and enroll herself and get the party started. So it's always good to follow up with the people that you have invited. Wholesale customer you have enrolled. I hope you are enjoying your oils. Would you be interested in hosting a little party for any of your friends, and I'll bring you some oils that you haven't gotten yet? Incentives, people. People will want to have parties if you say, hey, I'm going to bring you this little wild orange that Kristen said in the class in the box. People want to share the experience if they know they're getting something out of it. It's just how the world works. It kind of sucks, but that's just how it works. You're going to have more parties, the more prizes you have. That's life. New builders who have enrolled, I'm super excited to start this oil journeys with you. Let's book a couple of classes for the next month and get the ball rolling so you can share with everyone you know. So I had a girl who showed up at a class. She wasn't even supposed to be at that class. It was supposed to be a one-on-one, so I guess it wasn't even really a class. And she is one of my top buyers who now is interested in building. You never really know when you enroll someone if they're going to be just a customer or if they're going to be a builder or what they're going to be. You just never know what's going to happen. So as you all could hear how spunky and energetic I was when reading those, that is important. If you just go blah, 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 nobody's going to want to listen to what you have to say. Nobody's going to want to know anything about the oils if you're not excited. Be excited about what you are talking about. I'm excited that things are changing in my entire life with these oils, so share that excitement with people. People want to be excited. People don't want to have blah lives. They want to have exciting lives. So if you're excited, they'll be excited. Dominoes, people. Okay, next. Like I said, always have a class plan for the future. Clearly, that is a very key point because it keeps coming up on my slides. It's very important to have a class for the future. How are you going to invite someone if you don't have anything to invite them to? Try to invite someone face-to-face. Nobody's going to say no to your face. It's hard. I don't know if you've ever said no to someone's face when they've invited you to something. It's impossible. I've been to way too many epicure parties because of it, way too many Tupperware parties, because you just can't say no to someone's face. It feels rude. So always try and invite them to their face. They can't hide behind their phone or their computer screen and easily say no. If you can't do it to their face, do a personal invite. Not a group message, not a huge message that just says, hey, everybody, come to this address for an oils party. They're going to feel important if you send them just a private message. Hey, Kristen, saw that your back was hurting from work. Do you want to come to my oils party? And we can get to figuring out why and how to help it. If you're planning a one-on-one, always go to them. Now, that's your choice. You could meet them somewhere if you're not comfortable going to their home, or maybe they're not comfortable going to you, but always feel like they're the ones that are choosing, basically. You're going to them to teach them something. They shouldn't have to come to Timbuktu to come see you. Maybe they want to. A lot of people come to me because a lot of people know I just have a small baby and they just think that it's easiest, but always try and go to the person so that they feel important. Always show your doTERRA enthusiasm. All right. See, I feel like I went super fast with that.
It always goes quick.
Not be at the homework already. Let me just look at my notes here and make sure I didn't miss anything important. Oh, okay. When you invite people, always expect about 1/3 of people not to show up. So if you think that there is going to be 30 people coming to this open class that you're having at your house, 10 of them will show. There might be more. It might not always be 1/3, but always expect that. Always expect them to say at the last minute, sorry, we're not coming, or whatever that might be. I try and text people 2-4 hours that morning, whatever, to say, hey, just reminding you about this class. I'm super, super excited that you're coming, blah, 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 blah. Whatever that may be, just remind that person that, hey, doing this class, can't wait to see you. And then sometimes people won't remember and then they will cancel. And sometimes people will be like, wow, that's super nice of that person to individually message me and remind me about the class. Again, you're making them feel like they're cared about, which they are. Like, it's not that we don't care, but the more careness you show is the more comfortable they're going to be with buying oils and learning more about them. I think, guys, that is really it. Homework. Reach out to at least one person this week. Sample them. If you don't have samples, it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it, because like I said, people are going to want to get to know the oils, whether they have a sample or not. It's just a little bit better to have one. Invite them to a class or a one-on-one setting. So whether you call your sister's boyfriend's mom and sit down with her and have a meeting about the oils, or you talk to your sister about oils, you don't have to sign them up. That's not what I'm saying. Just try. Put yourself out there, whether that be the stranger buying the oranges at the grocery store or whoever it is. Just try and find someone and ask them those 3 easy peasy questions. Let's just go right back up to them. Are you open to natural options? Do you know about essential oils? And I'm having a class. Would you like to come? Or do you want to go for coffee and we'll talk about them? Whatever it is, put yourself out there, be vulnerable, and ask them. Invite them to a class. Invite them to whatever you want to do. Just make sure that you invite them, because like I said, the only bad invite you give is the one you don't.
Very true. That's awesome, Kayleigh. Thank you so much. You know, I was actually having my call with Lauren the other day, and we were talking, and it's almost when we realize how well the oils work and what they can do, it's almost, you know, I don't want to say rude of us not to share, but
yeah,
think of that before you are going to invite her, when you get nervous about it. it's a disservice of us to not share.
That's written down. Okay. What do I have written down that I just missed? Okay, so someone asked you to start this journey, right? Whether it was Jess or Kristen or whoever, Kate, like whoever asked you to start this journey, they asked you. Now it's your turn to spread that love. You are going to change someone's life with this. I just posted something on my Facebook actually saying that you are going to change someone's life. Don't be selfish, basically, and don't not do it. Like, asking about essential oils is going to change your life. It is for the better. There is no doubt about it. So don't hesitate to invite them, because they may be a little hesitant at first, but they will come around. And you want that person to remember you when they think about essential oils.
Yep, that's exactly, especially because things are getting busier too. That, like, busier, I mean, in the sense of they're getting more popular. There are a few more builders out there, that type of thing, that when somebody does decide they're ready, it's your face you want them to be picturing. It's not,
right.
Mary from down the street or, Jane at work. It's your face. So even just introducing, get them on your pages, be posting, having them learn without you even realizing, because they're going to be watching for it. So that they are just the ones that you are the one that they picture at that point when they are ready. I think, Kayleigh touched on a huge point there of getting to know the people, and instead of just like puking oil info on them, that's not approachable, I don't think, to anybody. Just even today, a perfect example of that, little TMI here, but whatever. It's all you guys. You guys are great. So I had an appointment with a gynecologist, and no, not pregnant, not anything. Don't get it. We'll just nip that one in the bud. Just to get a couple options for some things. And besides the fact that he totally looked like Clint Eastwood and was like super chill and like, that was a bonus. But he sat back in his chair and he just started asking me questions. And I actually got into, talk about doTERRA and massaging and this and that. And it actually, at one point I was kind of like, where am I? Like, what's happening, But it was the fact of his approach, that made me feel comfortable, because he was getting to know me. I wasn't just a number. I didn't feel rushed. I didn't, like a lot of doctors, you're just like assembly line in and out, and you get 2 seconds on one question. And it was nothing like that. And like, it was just so cool for the fact I was like, okay, this is the way I want to be with people. And I think that's important to think, put yourself in those people's shoes, whether it's how you were approached first, like Kayleigh said, with the oils, or how you would want to be. Really think of that, because sometimes, again, you might have been asked in person and you said yes because you felt it and now you love it. But, if there's an ideal way that you wish you would have been introduced to them, go with that. That's the best example. But that was a really good experience today. I was super happy, actually. Got really pumped, came home, had to share with Ian, just talk to Clint Eastwood.
First time ever that you've ever enjoyed a gynecologist appointment, right?
Okay, close down, didn't no touching, all talking, it was all good. But no, it was really cool, actually. So
I've never had an appointment with a gynecologist, actually.
Well, this is a whole other call going on here. I will honestly say, if anybody ever has to see one, be referred to Dr. Fellows is his name. And super awesome with that. If you want, Kayleigh, you can stop sharing it. Yeah, I just thought about that right now. And yeah, so Dr. Fellows, anyway, but really good guy. And so he just made me feel really comfortable in a situation that might not necessarily be comfortable. He really, really did make me, which, my whole drive home, I was just kind of thinking, like, this is what I want to be. Another example when it comes to the oils, there is a huge builder, huge name out there, Elise Chedevive, and they do some awesome training. They do training in Prague. They do training down in Utah. I believe she's working on her triple presidential leg. So like Ange Peters has a presidential leg and she's a diamond now in the second. Elise has 2 presidential legs and is working on her third. So she knows her stuff. And I remember she was one of the first events I went to, one of the first speakers. And she had explained that everybody she approaches, it's all questions and getting to know them. She, on an entire flight, I believe it was down to Mexico, the person beside her she was talking to, the entire flight was all about that other person. The person kept asking, what she did for a living, what she, all this. And she was like, no, oh, it'll bore you. I want to know about this. I want to learn about this. I want to hear about that kid. And to see the way she works with it, like it works. It really, really works. So I love that point that Kayleigh made there. I think that's huge when it comes to inviting. Sorry, Kayleigh.
Sorry, I lost my lid, guys.
Oh, I heard something bouncing around, I will say.
Anyway.
So, okay, just a couple other things. Oh yeah, one thing too, I know it's not always necessary or not always available, I guess, but always try to get the person's contact information. All of us will carry business cards, but sometimes, that's relying on them. We want to kind of take it into our hands. So simple thing on our phones, open up your contacts, get them to put it right in, have, your little notepad, something like that in your purse, your bag. So there's something that you can be able to get with their info, that you can be the one to be in charge of the follow-up with it too. That comes in time. There's times, you forget those things, you're nervous, you get all, flubbery, whatever, talking, and then afterwards go back and go, shit, I forgot to get their contact info. That's okay. It's in time, but, huck a notepad in your purse, easiest thing. To have there. Again, we normally all have our phones on us. We can hook up to contacts that way too. What else did I want to say? Oh yeah. So when you are, a great thing too, and when you're asking hosts, and sometimes again, people, might be like, oh, okay, then I have to get food prepared. Then I have to, clean my house, got to do all these things. One of the best things, especially when you're starting to build, is opening up your own home. Take that pressure off them, but invite them to come to a class or invite them to be the hostess, but open up your own home. I know, Kate, you're awesome with doing that. You do that a lot with people, which is great. She's got the cutest place too, but it just makes it easier. It's easier for somebody to come, but if you've got somebody who has a good group of friends, still be offering them the hostess gifts. It's still their group of friends, and but it just takes a little bit of pressure off, so they might be more apt to saying yes if it's just your place, as opposed to having to get the kids out, get their husband out after dinner, that type of thing. If you can set, whether it's the every second Tuesday of the month, or every Wednesday, or once a month, whatever day, if there's a schedule that kind of works for yourself, have those dates always available in your book, so you always have a date to tell them when you are approaching them about a class. And big thing, last thing I just kind of want to talk about was, again, like Kayleigh said, freebies. Everybody loves freebies, and again, with this promo this month, unbelievable option just to give people to be able to host a class again and be able to get those extra 50 free points, or enroll this month with 100 PD, get your 50 free points. All of that is such a bonus. What doTERRA only does these types of promos, once a year, I think it is. Like, we, take advantage of it, just to use it. I know last year at this time, I pushed with that one. I don't know why, it just made me feel more comfortable, I guess, not that it was saying that the oils aren't worth is what they're worth, but everybody is so apt for a freebie or a gift or something great. It just kind of, puts them over that line. So this is just a gift to us all this month with doTERRA. Let it, be, you're going to be extra busy. You're going to be, do a push this month. Next month, take it easy, take a break type things. We don't know what's coming with that. But if it helps you give that extra little push and confidence to ask somebody, or to message, to send, an email about it, use it. totally use it. If you wanted to throw something else extra in, then great. Like Kayleigh had talked about the event we did last Thursday. She had actually made up a sign that said about the 50 free points, and then I threw in there with a free bottle of a 15 ml bottle of wild orange. Had a couple extras laying around, and thought, what the heck. Normally at events, wasn't expecting, you get contacts. That's normally about it. Ended up, I think about half an hour in, ended up enrolling somebody with a kit right off the hop. Was floored, made my night, could have gone home right then. I was just super just did it. But I think it was those extra incentives. And not that you want to be spending a lot of money, and that's not what I'm saying. But with the BOGOs, and you get those freebies, or again with these promos from doTERRA, they're gonna, if it's out of their pocket, use it huge. So I hope you guys, with this month, are feeling a little bit more confident with it all. But I think that's kind of all for tonight. I do want to see, can anybody, oh, here we go. Just want to pull up in the chat if there's any questions. I feel like somebody popped something up there.
Yeah, I answered it.
Oh, did you? Oh, sweet. Awesome. Thank you. So yeah, is there any other questions that people might have? We'll open it up again, same thing for the entire week up until next week's call. We will, if any questions come about, by all means, just post it. We'll address them. We'll talk about stuff. If there's anybody personally you want to direct something to, by all means, send them a message. We're all great with that. And we'll do another little draw. I'll hopefully have my office unpacked. So we'll have an actual bottle to show. But so yeah, next week we're actually going to do presenting, which the awesome Kate is going to be doing this. And I had the pleasure of working with her doing a class last fall when I did Diamond Club, and I'll give you total props, Kate. I could have sat there and said nothing because she's got it down pat, no pressure. But it honestly, I think, again, her being a teacher is really good. She's great at just relating with people and explaining stuff really well. So I know she'll have some awesome tips for everyone. And in the meantime, we'll do that little bit of homework. And again, same thing, just post in the recording. I'll put this up, and just in the recording, by all means, when you guys have done your little homework, just post done. We'll get you in the draw, and we'll kind of go from there. If people haven't done set up their mentor call, then by all means, still do that with your upline and leaders too. If you've got builders underneath you, by all means, message them. I can't stress enough how important those calls are. They answer some great questions, especially if there's a distance and you don't get to meet with the people face to face. They're really good just to, again, build those relationships and answer the questions, help them, break things down or roadblocks that they're hitting. But those calls are super important. So it's not too late. It's never too late for that. So by all means, make the calls. We'll have some chats with you guys. And yeah, I just want to open it up again. Does anybody have any questions or anything they want to address before we end? Nope. All good? Okay. Perfect, guys. Well, thank you so much. What time are we even at? 7:46.
42.
Perfect. Awesome. Okay, guys. So thank you so much. Everybody have a great night, okay? And we'll chat next Tuesday at 7 again. And yeah, reach out to your builders on that too. At least tag them in with the recordings if they can't make the times. At least if they can get some tips and watch the slideshows, videos, take some screenshots, whatever it is that way, that'd be awesome. But yeah, anybody has any questions, like I said, just post it. And if not, then we will see everybody next Tuesday at 7, okay? Alrighty. See you guys. Just, hey.
You're like, you're gonna exit me because I want to talk to her.
No, that was hilarious. I'm like, huge Jew. That was awesome. Good job.
Was it? Okay, because I feel like it might have been a little fast, but
no.
Every time I did it, Corey's like, okay, that was 32 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm right on point, because he would like like on my phone.
Like time it. Just
Yeah. I love how both of our hands
words.
Yeah. Who knows? Side note, this girl I literally have been talking to since last year just messaged me saying, hey, can we talk about wholesale accounts, blah, 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 because she wanted On Guard and something else for her kids, and we've been going back and forth for like a week, and then finally she's like, okay, can you sign me up, and what do I need to do, and blah, blah, blah.
Hey, Kayleigh, just realized too, before we say names or anything, yeah, so, which is okay. So what I'll do is I'm going to end the meeting, and then, let me see how we can do this. I'll FaceTime you.
Yeah. FaceTime.
Okay. Sounds good. And then we don't have to, get it with names.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.